Alright, welcome back folks. It is Monday local time once again. So it's reset day for Neverwinter. And we're gonna hop back into Neverwinter again. Today is week 3 of Mountain of Flame. Mod 26. Last week we had the pleasure of doing the new dungeon in advance. Learned a few things about I'm still not that great about knowing if they actually changed too much, but it's the repurpose of Lair of the Mad Dragon. And we had some very interesting approaches for the second boss. I forgot what the second boss's name was. Well, I'll try to gather that this time around. Also, I didn't mention this. However, this module, I'm not sure if this is going to be a permanent thing, but I have set this for maybe 5 modules now, and coincidentally, I have no affiliation with Cryptic and the content creator scene at the moment or anymore. It's kind of nice to see that there are 2 things that changed with this mod that I had a concern over. It wasn't really that big a deal. That is the artifact set, like the weapon set that is available through campaigning. I mentioned this last week. Got moved from milestone 6 to milestone 5, which can be acquired at week 6 if one consistently goes through. I hope that stays input, in my opinion, because honestly, in terms of the continuum of a 10-week campaign, somewhere in the middle seems like a great place for a campaign-oriented related weapon set. So in the future, maybe the dungeon will have a weapon set, right? Like the last module, and then the campaign will have a weapon set, which that weapon set is accessible within the campaigning period of the module, right? In addition to that, I totally glossed over, because I was so caught up in the dungeon moment, that this dungeon, Lair of the Mad Dragon, is individual looted. So I like this approach because we don't necessarily live in a social platform that has once normalized like loot rolling and loot sharing. Oftentimes the reward process ends up feeling about the same without the necessary like political thing jostling that you have to do prior to doing a dungeon run or finishing a boss, like negotiating, hey, can I have this because I already have this, and then someone's going to get the short end of the stick in a negotiation, right? And that actually has led to a few experiences with random people kicking other people because one person is more important than the other, like a tank, for example, and recruiting another person for like, oh, the loot roll, like the boss drops a weapon set or a weapon and you get what you get now, which I don't know, that's a social norm. It might be something that they do every other module. However, for this module, Lair of the Mad Dragon is individual loot. So basically every player just rolls on their own through an RNG system. So instead of having to bridge and seeing what the loot is, which is something that is done in other well-established games, maybe a lot more longer legacy games, I imagine maybe Final Fantasy 14 still does this. I pretty confident maybe World of Warcraft still does this, but generally speaking, the newer modernization ones, they're largely independent loot. It removes the separation of negotiation, and you are still basically rolling from a loot table. Only this time you're looting and rolling against the dealer, right? The system. So I kind of like that. it's a really minor thing in the long run. You can still normalize like loot rolling and loot negotiations. In fact, sometimes when you have, here's the pros and cons. If you have a closed knit group, it might statistically favor you, right? However, much like many of my live service experiences, I like interacting with random people. So I have no legacy with pretty much anyone I run with, and this little like weird negotiation thing that can hit cultural differences. So I've already encountered that multiple times when I was running last module, when we're squeezing in as many runs of the Imperial Citadel. So that's cool. I don't know if it's a permanent thing. The reason why I came to mention that, because I was reminded that was a topic of conversation when I do my dailies each day, in like the Alliance chat and whatnot. So that's pretty sweet. All right, so now we're gonna hop in. I just wanted to make mention that that's probably it's a subtle deal to a lot of people. However, it's a pretty big deal to me. Also, the summer festival is happening, which is usual. I don't think there are any notable changes to the summer festival. I hope you're having a good time. Anyways, relax and enjoy the festivities. All right, so let's see this milestone. Right, let's go and head into this milestone. The last time we checked, we're helping out Heartleaf. Rehabilitate Mount Oatnell, right? Grabbing seedlings, planting seedlings, removing corruption from kindlings, and etc. So let's see what's happening now. What was the dwarf's name? Something, it reminds me of Barney. Darney? It's Darney. Yes. Alright, so new guy. Oh, the historian. Right, we can repeat. Gamath and his allies, or all we've done will be ashes. In cataloging the ruins the other day, I came across something peculiar. Never mind, it's just a human body, far more recently deceased than one would expect to find when looking at ruins and relics of ages past. The remains bore the markings of the Ashmedai, along with a directive written in the infernal script. It charges the cultists to secure passage to the heart of the mountain, and then send word to a contact who dwells beneath the Cathedral of Helm. There, they were to arrange for an artifact known as the Hex Locus to be brought to the Hotenau. I fear that these cultists wish to harness the power of Majera in pursuit of their infernal schemes. I need you to travel to the area beneath the Cathedral of Helm and seek out this Hex Locus, defeat all who guard it, and then destroy it. Only then can we be sure that Hotenau will remain undisturbed. Man, there's a lot of name dropping there. I am not familiar with any of those. Ashmedai, Majera, Hex Locus. Good old fantasy. Let's see if we have any. Wait, is that it? Wait, is that really it?
You can't stand the heat. Get off the volcano.
Whoa, he needs to calm down. Do we not have any? Alright, so we grab our weekly. What's
Do not
this?
stare too deeply into my eyes, for you will become lost in time. Let's fill another page in your chronicles, shall we? A heroic rush into the fiery depths of an active volcano to rescue hapless miners. Perhaps they dug too deep, but no one deserves the flaming death as they faced.
Interesting. I kind of thought the historian, I thought they would swap out the historian. So this must be the weekly when you entered. right? So this is just a weekly for when to get to this location. And then we have our
One
2
day,
floats.
my
Oh,
tree
here it
will be
is.
the heart of a great forest. Thank you for everything you've done, adventurer.
Oh.
But you should not take root here, as the dwarves need your help. Just down the hill is a dwarven historian by the name of Thrimble. Would you speak with him? I know many things trouble him.
Okay. Yeah, we just spoke to Thrimble.
I am sorry. I was distracted by the warm wind. Was there something else?
A warm wind. Lady, do you know where you are? All right. Okay, here we go.
Yes? The Dryad sent you, did she? Kind of her to direct you my way. I can certainly use the assistance.
Yeah, we kind of just spoke. Okay.
Yes, my friend?
All right, the history of Hope now.
General Ignazar's Archons will need to regroup after the blows you've dealt them. This presents us with an opportunity to gather vital information. It is my belief that Gamath seeks some source of power beneath Mount Horton.
I hope you like jamming
Although I
too.
cannot say what it may be. The carvings and relics found amid these Delzoun ruins could provide vital clues. And now is the best opportunity to recover them. I'll mark the locations on your map.
Respin's working.
Yeah, Gamath.
Our work in these ruins has been greatly impeded by the actions of General Ignazar and his army of fire archons. The ruins serve as the battlements of a fortress, from which they send forces to attack any who oppose Gamath's plan to release their ancient master. It is time for a counterattack. Eliminating enough fire archons may give us the opening we need.
Ignazar. That's a familiar name.
These ruins
Okay.
have endured for thousands.
All right. So we do have some tasks. Let's turn in these
Thank you for
and grab 2 new fresh ones in case they get finished along the way.
Spread here and destroyed my forest home.
Yes,
Many
yes, yes.
nature spirits tried to take refuge in the trees themselves.
All right.
Sadly,
You can't
as
stand
the
the heat.
trees
Get
burned,
off the
the
volcano.
spirits became twisted and angry. Creatures known as kindlings. I hate to see them suffer so.
All right.
Did you release the angry spirits within the charred trees?
Yes,
And
yes.
set them to
Yes,
rest?
Heartleaf.
They are
yes.
no longer what they once were.
She has telepathy too. All right. So history. Is there like Is there a reading here? No. Okay. We're just retrieving fire archons. Those count, right? Yes. That guy just say you deserve the searing flames of truth. Alright. Where's this? Okay. One way in, one way out. Where are we going here? Don't mind me, don't mind me. Okay. Oh, hello there, Piggy. Big Rider. Okay. Friendly? Oh, no, not friendly. Also not Archons. Okay. Alright. gotta bop some Archons. So let's do a repeatable.
I can't just let you run into trouble.
Actually, go to a less populated instance. Oh, we have the time.
Can we take a break?
I should break out the rapid mount. Alright. What do we have? Sprites and kindling? Kindling doesn't help. Oh, and not a lot of Archons here, huh? Okay, perhaps this is a conflict of interest. Well, Archon's here. Take care of the sprites, I suppose. No, there are Archons here. We're good. Hello there, cat. How about you feel the searing flames of truth? Uh-oh, that's weird. They reset after engaging. Okay. Two more. We don't need to complete those. Back.
No understanding.
Execution has been a disaster.
Uh-huh. I hear ya. But I gotta go. I like lifted up my hand and it wiped my mouse. Oh no. Wait. Am I stuck? Nah, I don't think I'm stuck. I don't know, we're fine. I lifted up my hand and I accidentally swiped my mouse right off. That's a panic moment right there. Oh yeah, you can totally die. Yeah. There aren't boundaries. Yep. Right into the lava I go. Alright.
Let me see what you've recovered. Yes. This is very interesting. You've helped uncover some deep lore. It seems there really is some great and evil power buried beneath Mount Hotenau.
Alright.
Excellent. I had already deduced that you were a skilled combatant. Now the Fire Archons know it too. Hopefully this will give us a moment of reprieve, however slight. For that alone, you have my boundless thanks.
Okay.
General Ignazar commands his Fire Myrmidon army from deep within Fireguard Fortress. From that position, they can easily strike anywhere near Mount Hotenau. The need is clear. If there is to be any chance to stop Gamath, General Ignazar and Fireguard Fortress must fall! If
Fair enough.
only we had more time to study these ruins.
That's fine. Just gonna kick General Ignazar's face in, you know? What's the solution for an adventurer to do? Violence. Classic. Alright. Just gonna storm the gates. Go in here. I can tap this guy. Thank you for the currency. What? Alright. Alright, let's head in here. Okay. Very, very familiar texture layout. Okay. Okay. Alright. We just slay him. That's it. We just slay him. Alright. Okay. Hunky dory. Moving right along. Alright. Don't mind me, totally missed. Okie dokie. Is that you? No.
Embrace the flames.
Pass. Not quite a fiery guy. I do like this layout though. Okay. Nothing personal, guys. Okay. Yeah. We're going maximum. Yeah, we're always maximum. We can make it more intimate, you know. Like here's a smaller FOV. Oh, and whenever you leap, it does this like fish ball eye thing, yeah. Too. Alright. General Ignazar. Wait. Yeah, it stretched for a moment. Yeah, it's the FOV for a specific skill. Yeah, it does the stretched out warp periphery thing. Yeah. There are people kind of like that can make people nauseous actually. So sometimes people prefer to remove. I don't actually know if that's an option here, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Heckin' butthead. This thing right here. Yeah. It's supposed to be a warped perspective because you're really high up in the air. There is another one on another tune later. You'll probably see it. It goes in and out over and over again. I deactivate. There's camera shake in this game too. That's another FOV thing. But I turn off camera shake after a while. Played this game for far too long to have camera shake. After you hit everything, there's a lot of camera shake. It's cool for the impact and the feel, you know, in the first 100 hours or so. But then after like 3,000 hours, like, no more camera shake, please.
General Ignazar served the primordials in their war with the gods back at the dawn of time. To think I would see the day he met his end and shake the hand of the person who brought him to it. It is rare that a historian is present when history is made. Thank you for that opportunity.
You're welcome.
Yes, my friend?
Oh, he has...
Our Delzun ancestors had a once great nation, and we still have tales of their achievements. Delzun heroes are often honored by statues made in their likeness. In our local excavations, we've discovered a number of these ancestor statues, which, unfortunately, were toppled in the recent cataclysm. Would you honor our ancestors by ensuring their statues are upright?
Yeah, I do eat. I got carried away with typing, so I didn't eat a snack after the run. So now I'm eating. Indeed, human. Can confirm.
Darnay spoke to you of the sad tale of the Ashen Miners. These were once members of our expedition, who were reanimated as charred undead monstrosities, doomed to walk in the shadow of Mount Hotenau. But these cursed dwarves were members of a clan once. I wish to give closure to their loved ones. Lay to rest any Ashen Miners around the charred woods, and return with any mementos you can find. These I can record in my journals and send on to their families.
Alright.
We should be studying these ruins, not fighting among them.
So I think that's actually the whole thing. Oh, and then we get to repeat
Do not
the
stare
Ignazar
too
thing
deeply
too, right?
into my eyes, for you will become lost in time. I recall the time you entered a terrible stronghold of stone and flame, known as the Fire God.
Wow.
Therein a powerful elemental leader known as General Ignazar, imbued with a fiery malevolence, commanded his minions on behalf of Gomoth. But you were undeterred. You entered the fortress and smote the general, freeing his spirit from the armor and back to the elemental plane of fire. Let us revisit that time, shall we?
That is a great, like, older English word. Smote. To smote something in the past tense. That is a very esoteric exception word. To smote something, or to have smoted. To smote something. Like, I even said smote it. Like, smote is the past tense. Kind of funny. Let's see. So we don't even need to do repeatables today. If we get to repeat all those things, that's really fast. Like, holy heck. So if we do the shadow caverns, okay, you still have to do like 1 pair. That's pretty sweet. Oh yeah, this is gonna go fast. So you have to do, okay, so you have to turn in 2 pairs. So that's not too bad. But let's do that. Oh, and we're in the repeating phase now. So let's go and no more dialogues. I kind of like the effect that the effect filter that I have over the historian. All right. Go. Get some meditatory sound here. Okay. So we complete the shadow caverns, right? Shadow fire cavern. I'm guessing it's the one. Yeah, it's this. Then we get 50 currency. I'm pretty convinced last time this was not available until you reach the second milestone. It's nice to have this here. We get 25 immediately. And we get 50 base. Float the activity, which gives us 75. And we can choose to do the heroic encounters for another 25, or we do 3 sets of repeatables for 30 and float 1. And next day would be 3 sets, float 2. Not too bad. It's actually quite quick. Yeah, it's only 30. I'm still only 30 minutes in, even when I spent the first 15 minutes making commentary on how rewards are distributed in the dungeon. Very nice. Okay. I haven't decided if I want to take an extra day away from streaming so that I can prepare for the trip this coming weekend. Or actually, the quote-unquote weekend starts on Thursday. I have to be downtown on Thursday. Day starts at noon. Get to see all the rascals come in, enjoy their Japanese culture away from their Japanese culture abroad, I suppose. Talk about anime culture. Oh, it's a, well, anime is the main thing. It's more turning into a appreciation for the Japanese culture abroad. Kind of hard to say that you have to be into anime to appreciate the Japanese culture at Otakon. It's more of a celebration of Japanese culture in general. I was told there's also a Matsuri this year on Thursday, so I'm gonna have to see what they end up doing. The convention is from Friday to Sunday, a 3-day convention. However, it was tradition back in the day, because of where it used to be, to hold a pre-day Matsuri, or Matsuri, so a festival, right? So it's kind of like on the outside, and apparently they're bringing that back. have no budget for it, I suppose. The last time was a couple years ago, actually. Though Matsuri had a sumo wrestler. And a chance to look and spectate, just a fun thing about sumo wrestling. Oh, right. It's just the one. I need to finish the other ones. Whoops. Oh, I have to go there. Never mind. I have to return to this location anyways. I have to go up. Oh, and that's right. Now we have 2 sets of repeatables. So technically, we only have to do 1.5 set. But we can float the other 2 immediately. Oh, I like this structure. That's a bonus from me. It lines up quite well. As opposed to making like the commanders a requirement. Last time the arena was the requirement, which can be a little bit rough, I would say. You still have to. So this is definitely much more of a solo friendly thing. So we repeat this. Actually, I think we can just. I don't know if there's a campfire, but we're just gonna run towards the end. I have no idea if there's a campfire. I wasn't paying attention. Pretty sure there is one. Yeet. Enough distance? Ah, I saw it for a split moment. Okay, fine. Can I hop on this without while it's moving? Yes, I can. Run! Ignore the mobs. Just run to the general. Wait, can we? Oh, no. Oh, bad idea. They don't de-aggro. Oh, you can avoid some of the mobs. Run to the end. Yeah. Can't jump on this staircase. While on this staircase. Run! Coming through. Friendly. That's not the target I was aiming at. Oh, come on. No space. Let's go. Ah, they're too close. The gang's all here. Yeah, this one goes right quick. Right quick. I think you have to clear these guys. Yes. So I have to hit the... Okay. Alright, take 2. Let's go. Alright. Oh, it went a little bit more smoothly. Alright. Oh wait, while we're here, we can do these things. Wait, what is that pointing to? Oh. Are they really gonna patrol into me? Friendly. Friendly. Yes. We're restoring some statues. Nice. Alright. That would explain those guys. Okay. Three statues. And we have to take out Ashen miners. Liberate their spirits. Okay. And that's in the same location. Go over here. If we float 20, it's almost an instant complete after the 3 weeklies. However, when we float the activities for next week, that's an instant complete after the 3 weeklies. I think this structure is really fast, which is great. Tony the Tiger has very little on this. It's great. Alright. Alright. Oh, right. I'm supposed to pick up mementos from these guys. I haven't had cereal in quite some time. Man, I could use some these maybe like a cinnamon honey like wheats. Oh man. To crunch on. How many mementos do I have to collect? Like the kindlings. Okay. Friendly. Okay. Okay. Got that. Still need mementos. How many mementos do you... Come on. 20? I'm feeling 20, right? Oh. Okay, we're good. Alright. Why have I disabled raids? Because I don't usually do content that's very consistent. So usually it creates a very awkward situation. I usually don't work on consciously on my own. Sorry about that. Apologies in advance. Been doing this for a while. Raids can lead to a lot of miscommunication. Okay, right. Oh, no, we're not turning that in. Throw these on. Okay, so we're gonna do these two because these two are quicker. So now we hit 100, right? And then we're gonna take care. We're gonna float 2. We're gonna float 4 for next time. So lava, wrap around. What do we have? Spikes? Spikes. Okay. Oops. Why are you guys standing right in front of there? Come on. I wanted to do this friendly. Okay. Yeah, still only below 1 hour. Below 1 hour, even with the introduction. So this will go very, very quickly. Grab these spikes. And then we can roll the dice on a dungeon run. Someone gave up there. That's interesting. That's a weird place to give up. At the end of the BHE. Is this a void space? It is not. Okay. Okay. All right. I needed those spikes down there. Oh, no. Just kidding. That guy is completing. Oh, you know what? If that guy is... No, never mind. Alright. Yeah, we're done for this tune for today. Very nice. Super quick. Alright. Off to tune 2. We have our Justicar. We'll go very, very quickly. Alright. So, what's the plan? We turn into Heartleaf things. Go through the Historian thing, which leads to the Flame Guard Fortress. Ignazar. Repeat Ignazar. And the Shadow Caverns. And 1 set of repeatables. Pretty solid. Let's try to get it under 30. Perhaps? Mayhaps? Next wicket's even quicker. Right, we'll pick that up. Sure. Okay. Alright, so we do have to complete this. Although the pathing more ideal this. Also have to take out Archons. Right. And let's go. Yeah, good old Justicar. I think there was a patch notes regarding the second boss in Lair of the Mad Dragon. No longer can like randomly TP off the platform or something, which that was discussed in the random group. In that run last week. Now I'm kind of curious if the ads are also prevented from spawning. And that guy just literally ran in circles to put me into combat. Amazing. You heckin' butthead. Courtesy these days, I tell ya. Oh. Okay. Pretty sure I still have to take care of Archons. No problems. There's a deficiency of Archons in this immediate area. Very, very noticeable deficiency. Probably because that other dude did the same thing. I don't think flame spikers count. Dang it! What the? Oh my gosh, dude. Alright. What happens when questing areas share? Oh yeah, I forgot. It does take me back there. Sprites and what? Seeds? That's a 5-minute loss right there. Because I have to like back travel again. Need to complete this. Okay. That person was doing the same exact thing, even though there are only 3 of us in the instance. Feels bad, man. Oh. I could have taken out those flame spikes. I have to... Dang it. Bit of a loss too. Actually, there are two here. Might be just enough. Come on. All three of you drop one. Do it. Nah, we only got 3. That's about average. That's very convenient though. 4 flame spikes right in front of camp. Alright. Okay. Uh-huh. Yes. Off to the fortress we go. Yep. Here we go. No hard feelings. Just want your clay. That sounds a little weird. Yes, their clay. Want their essence. Okay. Alright. Here we go. This time we can definitely run the entire gauntlet. Because just tank things. Complete disregard. Complete disregard. Wait. So we have to wait here. Just probably work. Gather them all up. Cutting line of sight. Yeah. Where'd you guys come from? Alright. What? Oh my. They really do follow you all the way. Okay. Alright. No death. I thought I would clip through the floor. Ooh, can I? Oh! Okay, no one saw that. I thought I could just cover the distance, but... Wait, how do I... What the heck, man? This takes me all the way back here? Oh, I got punished hard. Oh, man. Dang. Alright. I should have targeted the guy further back. So he just covered the distance. Dang it. That's awkward. Okay. Fine. Can we get this guy very, very quickly? No. Too late. Too close. Where did Regis go? Alright. I'll try it again. Ooh, can you, you probably can. Nope. Death. No, this takes me all the way back to the beginning. Alright, you can't do that. You literally just plop. There's not enough verticality. It just slam right into the ledge. Oh my gosh. Alright. Can't do that shortcut. It slams you right into the pit. Alright. Enough shenanigans. Trying to cut corners. Okay. Let's try this corner though. Wait, are there mobs? Ah! Okay. I jumped and I forgot that there aren't any mobs there anymore, so I didn't have anything to charge to. That little mob was too close to the edge. Alright. No more. What the? Dude. 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 Well, so much for saving time. I spent like 3 times the amount of time. Well, live and learn. Live and learn. Okay. The walk of shame. Multiple walks of shame. Eh. Alright. Now that I basically just blew like 10 minutes. Let's try not to do that anymore. We still got the salty run back on it. Really? Where were you? I was just hiding in the corner. Alright, don't walk through that. That actually hurts a lot. This is the slowest part because of single target damage. Here. Regis, please. Hit him a little bit more. Regis, please. Alright. What is even in these things? Okay. Same deal. Okay. No. About the same distance. Alright. Alrighty. So now we have that repeatable. Do the fire guard again. Sprites. Memento. Go to the fire guard right away. Oh, it's 10 mementos. Alright, let's try not to spend like 10 minutes running backwards. Time. Okay. Yeah, we missed a 30-minute mark by a long shot because of the back traveling. From all the shenanigans. I don't think there's a way to cut line of sight early. Nope. Oh, wait, no, you can't. I thought maybe you can get on that rock and perhaps leap over. Yeah, man. Okay. Should be good enough, right? There we go. Alright. I don't trust those shenanigans. We're not doing it. I was gonna try to tag the big guy across. Not doing it. Okay. Anyway, not doing that either. Gonna fall into the pit. Okay. I have to get rid of these guys. Too close to the door. Ah. Okay. All right. What the? Come on. I think clearing them as you go is still about the same. Running to the end and then getting constantly delayed, about the same effect, really. And I have no idea where Regis is. Regis is just gone. Stuck in an environment somewhere. Yep. Yeah, that's what happens when you have an environment that has verticality. Your active companion just gets stuck somewhere. That takes up time too. Because it's also combat advantage. Lacking combat advantage. This guy doesn't have that much HP though. Okay. I can Regis. Alright. To the caverns. Actually, you know what? Oh. I was thinking maybe like I drag the entire place with me. If that works, we can try it. So let's just drag everyone. I don't know if they're gonna reset. Let's see. Let's just drag them all. Seems okay. We're only interested in that big red guy. Yeah, as long as the big red guy follows us, everything will autocomplete when we destroy them. Yeah, no, they're still coming. Alright. And we chill here. Nice. Yeah, we can drag all of them. It's all good. Although I can only do that with this character though. Guy's a bit girthy. Oh, there's still friends left. Okay. Good talk. Alright. Up we go. Turn these in for 50. Complete sprites. 2 sprites, mementos. And then whatever the 2 random after. Sprites. These mementos don't really drop very well. Like 2 per group. Yep, that person's doing sprites, so basically all the sprites are taken. Yep. Gonna take a while for them. Oh wait, there's one. Person must have completed their quest already. Good. I just need 2. If this one's here, and the one at the bottom level is probably still around. Okay. Yep. Oh, don't forget to grab the mementos. Okay. Alright. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Oh. I think it's easier just to change instances to get back to the campfire. Right? Nice. Alright. Grab our 50. Wait. Wait, I missed one? Oh. Oh, the statues. Oh. Wait, where am I? Yeah, we'll do the statues then. And grab 2 more of those. Oh, no. Relics. Friendly. Friendly. Don't mind me. Friendly. Stop. Come on. Just a lonely historian. Okay. Please. Alright. Not here to smote anything. Smote. That's not grammatically correct. Alright. Give me this. Alright. Yes. Neverwinter. Indeed. Alright. Okay. Change instances to get back to the campfire. 2014. Oh, hey, that's pretty close to the beginning. Within the first year. A little over a year. A year and a half. What do we have? Bury remains for the other task. What am I interacting with here? $11 hours. quite a modest amount of time. Back in the old days. For the old days. $11 is a lot of time nowadays in Neverwinter. The time has decreased significantly. Okay. Oh, Archons? Okay. Yeah, nowadays, 10 hours might be probably a 4 or 5 month module. So, don't really require more than 11, probably. It's a live service game now, so, it moved to a live service, like, module-based kind of thing quite a bit ago. I'm gonna say 5 years. In like 5 years plus, maybe. Three more Archons. Alright. Instance change to get back. This is the last MMO, like MMORPG? Or do you not play game? Do you not partake in other things that are MMOs? All right, last tune. Let's go. Tune number 3. I don't know if you know what I mean, but MMOs. Back in the day, MMOs might refer to MMORPGs, but nowadays, MMORPGs are the least type of MMOs. Yeah. Times have changed, you know, like the most common massive multiplayer online games are not even MMOs anymore. I'd be surprised if I see a new one very often and have that one last as long as the already established ones, like, you know, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy. I guess there's still like the Old Republic, Elder Scrolls, Neverwinter, PSO2. They're all like 5+ years old, if not 10 years old now. And then every new one gets I think the most recent one, I'll give the nod to the most recent one, is probably New World. New World is probably the most recent one, only because you have backing of Amazon, right? But every time I hear like a new MMO being announced, you start to wonder if they question the decision making. For every one MMORPG that you might see, there's like 3 or 4 battle royales with like some vignette storyline or something. Or a hero shooter. What do you play nowadays? What are you enjoying nowadays? Now that you have left your MMORPG life behind. You just play VR chat. I mean, that is one way to invest in people. I have often been I am currently still a proponent of investing in people. MMORPGs used to be the old VR chat, if you know what I mean. Right. So that's actually pretty poetic. It's probably the modern day MMORPG. VR chat, that is. Because MMORPGs served as that platform before they separated. Then that at some point gaming and chatting became separate things. Real talk though. Now that's a deep cut. Now like some of the most super streamlined MMORPGs actually reduce the chatting to nothing. Like everything's automated. Groups are always put together, and when you talk, you get shunned for talking a lot of times. So it's weird. It's a different life. I'm not saying Neverwinter is like that. Neverwinter is the age population of Neverwinter is actually on the older side. Like we're talking about Warcraft, World of Warcraft side of things. I'm a World of Warcraft legacy player. Like I don't play World of Warcraft anymore, but I was at like a vanilla to Burning Crusade. It's difficult to not be playing in MMORPG and have some ties with World of Warcraft at an early age if you were like my gen, I suppose. Very difficult. Not be somewhat experienced with that. What am I looking? Oh yeah. I picked up many skills there, so I enjoyed the game. Was the first time I've ever found that helped me lose weight. It taught me to dance hip hop, started me on the American Sign Language. Yeah, wait. Boone, you're the one that has a master's in American Sign Language, right? Or was that someone else? I've met a lot of people recently, and I'm starting to get everything, all the details mixed up. Bachelor, sorry. I meant to say majored. Sorry, the word I meant to say was you majored in American Sign Language. Sorry, I was thinking of an entirely different word. That's you, right? Yeah, okay. That explains the VR chat thing. Because I thought it was super neat that you found a way to utilize a very underappreciated, right? A very underappreciated skill for those who communicate by that means. It goes without saying, it's kind of weird to say this, but learning Japanese, right, is actually kind of like sign language if you think about it from the perspective of pragmatism, right? It's more like a trend, and that's kind of neat. I really respect people who find that it's not necessarily always about the pragmatism, but finding how it's useful, like being creative about engaging in something that you really enjoy. I suppose I don't really have to say much for that, considering that I'm playing Neverwinter online. The immediate question I would get is, why don't you play Elder Scrolls Online instead? Or why don't you play Final Fantasy 14 instead? You know? Yeah, I could, sort of. I figured out my niece is learning Norwegian Sign Language in kindergarten and found that a bit wholesome. Aww. I have a question about sign language, which, because I don't know any sign language, is the distance between sign language as desperate as, like, say, Chinese dialects? So, like, if you were to communicate with your niece, right? Is there enough dialectic, I'm gonna use the word dialectic, dialectic similarities that you're able to learn using your American Sign Language in order to bridge Norwegian Sign Language? Or is it almost entirely unintelligible in the same way that languages, like spoken languages and written language? Norwegian Sign is a complete different language than American. I could only understand. Okay, so it's very, very much similar to writing and speaking. Interesting. I haven't thought about that at all. Did your niece know that you know sign language? American Sign Language? That sounds like we're going down an entirely different rabbit hole. But a really, really interestingly, like a really interesting perspective rabbit hole. Is your niece Italian? Oh, dang it! I've got to take the herbs. Heckin' herbs. Okay. I taught myself a bit of You taught yourself a bit of Norwegian Sign, but no, she doesn't really know. She's very young, so doesn't really grasp work and stuff yet. Oh, okay. Oh, that young. Okay, okay. I suppose, in other words, you're not that old yet, which is, depending on how you feel about it, a good thing or a bad thing. I don't mind being considered older, on the older end. Is there, do you know why your niece picked up Norwegian Sign Language? Is she Norwegian? I'm still a youngster. I always will be. Well, all of us can most definitely choose to be young, even regardless of our biological age, right? I wouldn't be doing the thing I'd be doing if I didn't consider myself quite intellectually healthy. Our noggins are a marvel. Our brains are a marvel in its own right. Ageless if one wants to be, or attempts to be. They just teach it here in daycare nowadays and kindergarten. Norwegian? Oh, right. That's right. You're the one that posted that ridiculously cool picture of your outback when you touch grass yesterday. That's right. That's right. That was a heck of a flex. Your Norwegian outback. Like, are you at a high elevation or something? Because that picture seems suspiciously, like, high above the ground. Like, high above ground level. Oh, wait, have you met Sub-Zero already? I don't know if I introduced the two of you. Sub-Zero is kind of busy with his sort of midlife crisis, maybe not. He's Norwegian as well, and he has an interest in learning Chinese whenever he got. Okay, okay. Yeah, he hangs out over here. There is a chance he was around when I was talking to you on the YouTube side of things, but he's pretty chill. He, I kind of hard to describe, but he is in university as well. He kind of described where he was before, or like where in Norway he was. He did some I'm guessing some electrical engineering related things, and then now he's like pivoting to like circuits or something. He's working on it, trying to establish a portfolio so that for the future, like making products. I think he's working on a custom PCB of some sort. I want to say he's a city person, so he mentioned being in the city. I don't know particularly which city. There's a few people that I've met that want to learn Norwegian. So I would say I live like 80% up north of Norway. I see. I think he mentioned westernly. I don't know about his position north and south. Someone else was talking about like Norwegian accents, right? Like dialectic variances and stuff, and he just happened to be around. That was the last conversation. He's kind of a slacker. No. Possibly around your same age. Something like that. Possibly. He's like pivoting to a master's or something. I don't remember specifically what it is. He told me about the last time we talked. Told me about how college works. How college like payment and stuff. There was a long discussion about college and payments. And like the comparing and contrasting educational mentality about formal education between Norway and the United States, or at least my perception of my general impressions and perceptions when I worked in the American education system. Oh yeah, at work today, I had some Norwegian I was talking to on the phone, and I could not understand your dialect, so we swapped to English. Yeah, that's exactly the type of conversation that we had recently about the Norwegian regional dialects. Yeah, it's something that is kind of relatable to Chinese, of course, and it was very common to talk about it since Sub-Zero was Norwegian, so you kind of get like that mutual feeling, like, oh yeah, yeah, let's just speak English because no clue. Although I guess in Chinese, that's my parents would do the thing like, oh, do you speak Fujianese? And then it's like, oh no, you don't? Okay, we'll just use Mandarin. So there's still that too, even in the Chinese thing. For me, it's more like, yeah. Do you mind if I respond to you in English? Like, it's okay. You can continue speaking in Mandarin or Fujianese, if you will, or even Cantonese sometimes. But I'll probably respond in English. So in a way, it's kind of interesting because my parents understands more English than they speak, right? It's the reverse for them. So oftentimes it would be two people speaking, outputting different languages, but that doesn't mean we don't input. We don't understand the input. That's kind of your usual relatable experience when you're juggling more than one language. It's a difficult thing to describe to perhaps people who may grow up in a country with a nationalized language. However, it's kind of relatable, very relatable to people who grew up in a country that has incredibly diverse dialectic differences. And then the dialects create that same feeling. We're like, all right, let's just go to a common language. Which common language do you want to use? You know, like, English is pretty safe, so you can default to English, which is kind of nice. It's like, which common language do you want to use? I'm very connected to different languages. I would say from when I was growing up, my dad is French. Oh, okay, your mom is Norwegian. My stepdad is Danish, but live in Germany most. Yeah, you mentioned your stepdad and Danish in Germany. I see. I see. So French, Norwegian. So where does Italian fall in all this? I kind of remember you. Was it your uncle? I don't remember. Wasn't there a family member that you mentioned had something to do with Italian? Actually, maybe I'm getting you mixed up with someone else. Yeah, I might be getting you mixed up with someone else. However, where does Italian come into the picture? Yeah, I totally understand your feelings about being basically expected of, like, very comfortable in interacting with multiple languages. Me too. Me too. It's one interesting experience, I would say, is sometimes I forget that I'm responding English to someone speaking a different language. So like if someone spoke to me in Spanish from time to time, I'm like, okay, yeah, and then I would respond in English, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're speaking Spanish, but I didn't quite process that they were speaking Spanish. I just happened to be very used to hearing Spanish, so it's not my response doesn't make sense. It's that I'm not sure if that other person speaks English. However, I naturally defaulted to whatever was more efficient in responding to the language. I grew up with around a substantial population of people who speak Spanish. I don't have any family that's Italian. No. Okay. Italian just came from one of your online friends. Okay. So we exchange, I suppose, and I've been in Italy. You've been to Italy and met lots of Italian people I'm still connected with. Oh, well, that's great. You have access to, you know, the gold standard. It's nice to be able to connect with peeps who speaks your target language. I would say I could find someone who speaks Fujianese, but they're my parents. That's about it. And let's just say when we speak Fujianese, it's all business. It's weird to have casual. It's a cultural thing, I suppose. Pleasantries and casual conversation is not within my parents' social norms. Of course, I could press for that. I don't think it's quite necessary. And now your coworker, yeah, you mentioned that just now. We just had that discussion. You discovered that your coworker is interested in Italian. That's so awesome. I haven't tried yet. It's gonna be a little bit. In some way, I do have people who I hang out with regularly because of this whole streaming thing. But I haven't spoken to them yet in Chinese or Japanese. Like we haven't graduated to that level of friendliness yet. But it's definitely available to me now. I know quite a few people who enjoy finding opportunities to speak the target language, which happens to like the target language being Chinese and Japanese. Although Chinese, I'm not too concerned about. I do have people around me in IRL. I'll eventually take care of that. Honestly, learning the vocabulary and reading the vocabulary is pretty much the predominant motivation. I don't really need to orient myself over like conversational grammar or conversational like listening. Heard far too much of that already. Don't really need too much more input. Which is nice. It's definitely different from Japanese. We can kind of, if you're learning Italian, we can kind of sort of do some shenanigans when I go back to Spanish. There's some shenanigans between Italian. I would say the relationship is kind of like Japanese and Chinese. It's loose, but it's also fun to talk about when someone knows Spanish and someone knows Italian. Like, if one person knows Italian and one person knows Spanish, it's kind of fun to talk about because you can kind of sort of guess at each other's things. The way Japanese and Chinese interact with each other. Like, it can be way off the mark sometimes. But it's those moments that you like, hey, can I say something in Italian? What do you think? And then you get to practice like indirectly, sort of, and that's kind of fun too. That's kind of the way I'm engaging with Japanese and Chinese. People who are learning Japanese right now, they like to guess at the Chinese characters and whatnot, and we kind of share that. And since I'm learning both Japanese and Chinese, I get the benefit personally. They're benefiting me because I get reminded about Japanese. I did notice that today at work because my coworker knows Spanish and she was like, oh, this is the same word. Yeah, the Romance languages are quite connected. The reason why I noticed that is because in Neverwinter, the vast majority of the population are outside of NA. NA is actually the smaller region. It's actually the European region. So you see a lot of French, Italian being typed into the chat. And a lot of times I'm like, I don't know Italian, but I can at least know that they're saying something that I have to do, where I have to go, what they want, what questions they're asking. And then since they have to put in like sometimes English words as placeholders, you kind of get enough context. And it's largely because I still read Spanish in the context of video games. So whenever someone types that, it's also the same for Portuguese. Portuguese sometimes comes up a lot, especially in Neverwinter. So you can kind of sort of like guess at it. It's enough to say like, okay, I kind of get what you mean. There's enough context, so you know what to do. Fun times. Fun times. In terms of time. Not too bad. Right, so we completed those. And then we float the things once we go to the guard again. The flame guard. Oh, I might have turned in an extra thing. That's fine. Okie dokie, what is this? Disrupt fire portal. Oh, yeah, these things. Your goal language to learn one day is Arabic or Russian? Oh, that's interesting. Those are your big targets. How, what interests you about those particular ones? There's certainly a departure. Dude, why is that guy putting the dude right in front of the entrance? I need to get in here. That's such a troll move. Putting the commander right in front of the entrance. I don't think it's intentional, still. It prevents me from zoning. So we might as well complete these things while we're at it. One eternity later. A lot of your friends grew up with was Arabic, and your roommate for the longest time was Russian. And I don't know, Russian has just always interested you through games. Like, oh, okay, Daisy. And all the road signs were in Russian, so when I just sat down and learned the Russian alphabet so I could read out the signs. Oh, okay. Oh, you really are connected with a lot of different languages. I don't have most people in my life are predominantly monolingual with like incredibly pragmatic serviceable use of other languages. Like my parents have incredibly just serviceable English. And everyone else is largely monolingual. There are a few acquaintances that I had in like college and stuff. They're not like personal, I'm no longer like connected with them or kept up with them. Can you please? That person was trying to get in here. Wow. Okay. Okay. It's kind of an interesting thing now. Although you do have to keep in mind that I guess if my friends, if any of my acquaintances now, they're gonna probably file in on the whole I'm too old to learn a new language kind of thing. Probably. Or like it takes a really significant amount of time, and my friends and people who are acquainted with me are not at that age anymore where they kind of have that luxury to do so. And they all work professionally, so time is of the essence. I do have to say though, some of my best friends, they are in the Warhammer 40k hobby, and they've been doing it ever since like as when they could, like just as old as language learning, I suppose. And they had many events in the Scandinavian, I want to say Finland. They have a event, no, it's either Norway or Finland, I don't know which one, but there is a fairly interesting scene for 40k in the Scandinavian countries, but or in Scandinavia in general, but I don't really know where they went. I have no idea. It's one of the three. I think there might even be times where they went to more than one. I can't keep it straight though. Now that is a universe with endless learning. Mm-hmm. What is the... Are you familiar with 40k? You know what I'm referring to. I guess it's trending now as well, so probably if you didn't know, probably know now. Games Workshop's Warhammer. I didn't even bring up Warhammer yet, even though we were talking about World of Warcraft and MMOs and stuff. Didn't even talk about 40k or fantasy. Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah. There's like a... They go over there for like some sort of conference. Like hobby convention stuff. They've been doing the arts and the crafts part of things, painting, conversions. They're in the fine arts, but they're scientists. Just that's their hobby. So as opposed to like language learning or something. When they have free time, they're gonna be doing model work, models, painting, conversions. They have they've been in that craft far longer than I have been in most of the hobbies that I have. They write a blog, a podcast. It was really deep. I haven't caught up with him on how all of that is going. Meanwhile, I keep saying they because they happen to be brothers. The friends I'm referring to happen to be identical triplets. I met them in college. So all three of them are scientists, and they continue to be scientists. We met in college, continue being friends until then. Yeah, at first look. Yeah, for sure. At first look. At first look. They kind of differentiated from each other to some extent now. But on glance, if you meet them still, you would need to rely on certain things initially. That is not your, your conventional way of differentiating between people. All right. I'm gonna grab these things. Watch the lava flow. I want to see if we can catch a dungeon run before switching over to language learning. We had identical twins in the class above me in primary and couldn't tell them apart until I got to know them. Yeah. It's kind of like it's weird feeling. It's kind of like language learning, right? At some point you're just like, what do you mean they're the same? I don't know if you reach that point, like all of a sudden it's like, you know what, they're really different, but at some point it happens, but you don't know when it happens. Like I kid you not, when I get a phone call from one of them, right, I know who it is. Like at some point, like there was always that question where like, oh, how do you know? And then I'm just, they're walking up ahead, and then another friend asked me like, oh, so which, all three of them, can you name which one's which? It's like, yeah. It's like, how do you know? Their hair is like identical from the back. Like, what do you know? Like, I it's hard to explain. There's something. I did try to explain it though, and it's kind of like language learning, where you start explaining it, and then everyone's like, oh, I see, but it's things that they don't pay attention to yet, and it's a really fun like mental exercise. After a while, you just get so used to identifying things in a different way. Oh yeah, no idea when that happened, but happened somewhere down the line. Exactly. It's one of those things like, oh, this language is incredibly nuanced, and then all of a sudden one day, if you've done it long enough, you just like it's that's it. Well, how do you know? It's like, let me think about it for a moment. Okay, it's magic. Yeah, there were some fun times. It's the same with English for me. One day it just clicked. Yeah, the inevitable moment. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that works. Neat. Although I find it incredibly fun to try to figure out how to explain it. The moment is so fleeting and it's so gradual. Like, it's that moment of transition is so quick, but at the same time so gradual you might not even notice it as well. And this whole language learning thing has been my attempt to try to capture those moments, or like when it happened and all that stuff, because I feel like it's very indescribable. I still remember playing games and using Google to translate here and there that was typed in chat. Oh yeah. Now I know you don't play games too often anymore. Now the thing that I do in my spare time is I like watching content in different languages, so like Japanese and Chinese. And when you scroll down, right, in the YouTube comments, they're usually in the vast majority is in the target language, or the language of the target audience. And now YouTube has this convenient Google Translate button for each of the comments. Like, you don't even have to like open another window to translate anymore. You just click the button right on the comments. So now lately if I wanted to listen to like a Japanese song or a Chinese song, I just scroll down, and while I'm listening to it, I'm also clicking on the comments and looking. First, I like try to read it, and then I just click on it. It's right there. Like, oh, okay, I got that part. I got that part. Oh, this is kind of neat. It must be this part. And that's what I've been doing. That's the new, quote unquote, new thing that I've been doing. It's so convenient. So now you're like Google farming, Google Translate farming while you're listening to whatever content, or if you're listening to a podcast and you're trying to immerse in the podcast and it's getting regular, you can also still scroll down to the YouTube comments, and then there's a translate button right built in. I think that might be something for established streamers and content creators. I'm not sure if it's going to be on everyone, but the content that I watch always built with that. So I thought about sharing that kind of experience. That is a really wonderful way to interact. I also thought about seeing if there's a plugin or something where, since I'm making content, I can embed it into the Twitch chat, my Twitch chat feed, or embed it into my YouTube feed. In fact, if YouTube had if they're offering feedbacks like to the influential people out there, having Google Translate embedded into your chat feed so you can like have one-click access the same way, that would be super awesome. Because then, not only as a language learner, it works double time. You can see the original text, you can see the original message, and you have instant access to swapping it over, so you can make an attempt to read whatever they're saying, and at the same time immediately get to see what the Google Translate approximation is. That would be pretty sweet too. I think that Google Translate YouTube comment thing can definitely work in a chat setting. Live accessibility to seeing the two phrases back in the two like messages next to each other. And then you can kind of appreciate how there's some loss in translation. Like it would normalize how it feels to have a loss in translation between languages as well. So it can make like different language very comfortable. People might feel like it's a little bit more normal for this stuff to happen. I know before VR chat, before they introduced an anti-cheat, there was clients with like useful mods, and I remember one of them was like converting audio to text. I see. And I remember the dev community felt so hammered down with that when the anti-cheat got introduced. Oh. What came of it though? Was it okay? Did it become useful in the long run? Like to lead to changes and stuff in the long run? Audio to text. Oh, that's unfortunate. There weren't any alternatives. Yeah. I think emotes can be an avenue. Emotes can definitely be an avenue, like a more developed avenue for signing, for sure, in the future. It's almost already natural for those who aren't deaf, if you know what I mean. So that could be a interesting bridging thing that can be implemented. All right, I'm gonna move some lock boxes. We're gonna open some lock boxes before we find us a dungeon run. Because gotcha. Not really I don't really see it as gacha from my perspective. It's more of an upkeep thing. Get keys. Gotta use them. Alright. So how many do we pick up? It's either 70 first, or I think it's 75 keys first. Or whichever come first, if we get the top reward. So how many? Oh, whoops. I moved the box to the wrong character. Just kidding. I'll move it to our barbarian here. Got 22 boxes. That's as vigilant as I can be. I just pick up boxes or run over boxes. I have to be happenstance. Alright. 22 boxes. How many have we opened already? Where is it? My inventory is a disaster. Where in Carmen Sandiego? Where in Carmen? Oh, here it is. Okay. So what number are we on? All right, let's just open. Let's go. We're at 26. Okay. It's below average. That is below average. Below average. That's okay. Above average. Below average. Average. Below average. Average. Ugh. Oof. Ugh. Okay. We're having a below average day. 10 more to go. Ooh, man. This is a stinker day. Alright. That makes up for it. So we're kind of hitting above average. Not bad. Kind of hitting above average in total. That's okay. Still above average. Alright. Yeah, we kind of landed above average. Which one is this? Defense and critical avoidance. Okay. So what? We have like... What number are we on? Kinda looks like a little before 50. So we'll try to open a few up to 75. At some point. Did we get anything nice? Alright, now time to switch to our... One thing you figured out lately is with ChatGPT, I can practice any language with it as well on your phone. Indeed, yeah, LLMs are fantastic bridge. I just ask it first in English, for example, can we hold a conversation? Yep. There is an entire pipeline that is mapped out by a lot of people, actually. You can probably find there's legitimately prompt setups for trying to establish, like train ChatGPT within a session to deliberately practice having role-playing conversations. So you probably come across some of that in the future. It's something that I do plan on doing. Not so far into the future, actually. So there are already people who have a whole set of prompts, and also ChatGPT, at least even in the near future, the refinement for input as well, like mic input and whatnot. So you can actually also do it in a different manner. There is a clever way you can do it with writing as well, like handwriting. Have an extra bridge where you use your handwritten inputs, which then would be transcribed automatically, recognizably, because you would need to have a specific fidelity in your handwriting as a monitor to be transcribed and then used to interact with the LLM. So you can actually practice both speech construction in and handwriting if you wanted. I don't know how camera works though. Not sure yet if someone found a clever way to convert camera work so that you can sign in camera and then that transcribes into a medium that can communicate to an LLM and then vice versa. So that's also a potential in the future. I haven't ever seen a demonstration where if you sign towards one way, at least that, and then in response, the LMM can possibly like clip together things to sign back. It would take something like Sora protocol or something that would have to generate an image, and I don't think ChatGPT is equipped with that yet. In the future though, it can be very possible like to do it locally because it's actually relatively not as compute heavy as one might think to generate static images. So they could like a LLM can probably be able to stitch together static images of people's signs in order to demonstrate, or they can have a array or matrices of stocked signs and then be able to collect them back and then feed back the images in the correct sign order, right? Although I'm still not sure about camera input. There is definitely mic input and handwriting input that you can do to use as a input for interacting with LLMs. And it's only going to get better, right? It's only going to get faster over time. What do you want, Windows? Okay. Yeah. And I'm about 4 or 5 months out of working on my own prompts and stuff to use for Japanese and Chinese. All right, let's see if we can find a group for this dungeon. I'll probably go as a healer, honestly. Could certainly tank it. True. What am I? Guess I should replace this, huh? What would I replace it with? Oh, I can replace it with that. Alright. Yeah, camera for signs. Possibly. That's at least my what I would see as a potential future. Interesting applications of LLM. Okay. So I'll give it till 7:30 local time. Local time in the game is right underneath the minimap. Maybe 7:30, then we switch over to language learning. I don't see any peeps. Oh wait. Oh, that's masters. I don't think spend time doing master. At least not yet. Take a look. Let's take a look. Look at rings. These are master rings. Oh, they're both available in advanced and masters. Rings. I need some rings. Rings based on max missing health, that's not great. When you're healing combat, that's okay. Very, that's DPS. No. I guess. That's fine. Rings are, how about these guys? Based on maximum health. That one's okay. Whenever you critically strike an enemy, when you damage an enemy with your power, you have 10% chance of dealing. That's okay. Actually, that's not too bad. What is this? Heroic encounters? Oh, it's buy it on pickup. So we can't buy it. I wouldn't mind just grabbing that on a tank. It's not too bad. Gotta get going? Yeah, take care. Sleep well. Need to make some food? Oh, okay. Eat, enjoy, and then rest well. Thanks for the conversation, Walter. Good luck, good luck. Long work day. Eat and work. Doesn't look like we're gonna have any luck. Oh, that's a cutie. Okay. Come on, folks. Step right up. Looks like we might be out of luck today. No fish in the sea. We'll do a random queue. Wrap up the day. I think. I wonder how much this artifact is going for. What was it, magma? That's expensive. Interesting. What about the rest of the equipment? About 200. 250 average. I might buy a set for just healing. That's about it. Just healing. I'll replace that. Looks like we're out of luck. Alright, we'll hop into one thing. Oh, yikes. Yep. We'll hop into one thing. Wait. We'll hop into one thing and then check again. Just kidding. They're gone. That seems about right. Okay. Just kidding. Let's see if it changed. Okay. Doesn't look like it. We can hop into this. No dice today. I mean, I guess it's kinda late. No one's interested. Presently. Alright. Give me a short one. Oh, okay. Very short one. Alright. I'll still make an exception. We'll look again after this. This one is very short. So we'll see if there are any people willing to do Mad Dragon after this. We'll just gather them up for the peeps. That guy missed the stairs. Alright. This part we have to wait. Only because you want to get rid of the portals first. Or we're gonna chill. Alright. Let's see if we can. Oh no, there's some peps over here. I was gonna try to open the door beforehand. Wait. Nope. Off we go. Something instantly hit me. Okay. Right. Let's absorb these hits first. Those guys are overscaled. They tend to hit really hard. Every variant of them. Even in scale content. Okay. Off we go. Okay. Group here. Alright, you guys. we go. Okay. Wow. That's very unfortunate. Oh boy. Well, that's definitely one way to get punished for that. Something instantly hit me off into another pop-up. And then there was a ping that robbed me of my one input. And then obviously they just basically watched me time out on the ground. Oh, that's a unfortunate set of circumstances. Basically, no. It is this moment that I get to decide if I want to do something about what just happened. And I won't. Not that I can get through the door. Hey, you're gonna need to pick yourself up. You might as well pick yourself up, right? It's mutual. The feeling is mutual. 7:30. Yep. Someone actually picked up the tank, so that's kind of nice. Silver lining. Lesson learned. You gotta learn somehow, right? I'll take that. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we got any takers. We'll wait another 5 minutes. I'll give it another 5 minutes. Bonus rewards. Hooray. Oh, I'll take those powders. Ooh, 100 Signia powders. I'll take that any day. All right. All right, we'll put 5 minutes on the clock. I don't really think it's going to change. I do really want to grab a hold of this. So perhaps Mad Dragon isn't that popular. Hmm. All right. Well, that's a wrap for today. Yeah, I'm gonna switch over. Wasn't too bad. It was a very chill day. Let's do some tally. So what do we have? It's back to like traditional form. So you have your weekly heroics, right, and your activities. However, you have two 50s as well, the Shadow Caverns, Shadowfire Caverns, and the Fire Guard thing for each moving week, right? And then you can float 20, which are the 4 dailies, if you manage to land on 4 dailies or repeatables. So in a way, that's 70, and you do 2 cycles of 20. And you can constantly float 10 because you can turn in 2, right? If you get 50, immediately you'll get 70 every day, or every week, and you'll get 25 for the activities because activities is halfway complete, right? So you'll get 75 every other week immediately from weeklies, and then you get 20 for the 4 repeatables. That'll leave you with 1 extra left over. No, yeah, it will give you 1 because you'll do the 4 again and you only turn in 1 of them. Oh, then you float 3. That's not too bad. Otherwise, you do heroic encounters. So it's back to like the usual form. Not too bad. I didn't see any new milestones. Let's actually double check. I didn't see any new milestones. Like a story related question mark anywhere. Let's go look around momentarily. This is as usual. I kind of like that I went back to doing another instance based task, which was the Fire Guard Fortress. Not too shabby. I would say 30 to 45 minutes per character. Faster every other week, maybe. Let's see if there's anything. 4th milestone. So there's something on the 4th milestone. We're on the 3rd right now. Okay, so they skip over milestone 3, which we won't see. Yeah, so you go straight to over here. All right. Good enough. All right, that's a wrap. I think it's about average. I don't think. Yeah, nothing really sticks out. Average. 5 is a 5. No, 5 out of 10. Average, middle of the road. Pretty chill. I think it's kind of alarming in some way that the dungeon running, even around this time of day, has already fizzled. I still see quite a bit of activity though, here and there for the dungeon run. I'll probably try to run it some other. I almost feel like we should start with a dungeon run. Earlier in the day, I already saw some I might flip it next time. All right, folks, there you have it. Another 5-day week. Like, everything seems to work, right? Everything seems to work. There's no outstanding bugs. There's no like drop in quality or anything. There's no increase in quality. Right? No extreme volume changes. All right, there you have it. Thank you for watching. If you're gonna watch this later, thank you, and see ya next week. See ya next week on Reset Day.